Social distance.
It's recording.
Okay. All right. Mr. Stevens.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Justin Stevens, and I am principal at Gateway High School. First, I'd like to introduce Alexis Amore, who is a Gateway senior and will sing the national anthem for us.
Hi. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done. Nice job. Mr. Wheelan, you want to take over?
Sure.
Okay. Now, Brandon Baxter, our president, Braden, I said Brandon, is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you okay if I make a few announcements?
Yep.
All right, as I said earlier, welcome to the 2021 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I'd like to welcome everybody. Unfortunately, this year it is virtual, but fingers crossed next year we'll be live and in person. Again, my name is Justin Stevens. I'm the principal here at Gateway High School. I've had the privilege of graduating from Gateway in 1996, and I'm proud to be the principal here. It is because of the love, support, guidance, influence of all of you that we gather here tonight as guests, parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, grandparents, families, and friends of these distinguished young people. On behalf of today's inductees, I want to say thank you for being here and thank you for your own commitment to the National Honor Society's 4 pillars: character, scholarship, serviceship, and leadership. Next, I'd like to take a minute to recognize and thank Mr. Sean Wheelan, our NHS sponsor, and members of our faculty council. Your dedication to this organization, mentorship of our students, and willingness to serve are all critically important in how we all got here today and experience and outcomes for these students. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to welcome our students. current and soon to be members of National Honor Society, congratulations and thank you. I'm proud of each one of you. Thank you for embracing and embodying the 4 pillars of NHS's foundation. Your unwavering character, commitment to scholarship, dedication to service, and development of leadership are all inspiring and critically important to who you are and who we are. In countless ways, you have impacted our culture and climate here at Gateway. Again, congratulations. Within the next year or two, you all will probably be leaving the comfortable, familiar, and friendly hallways and classrooms of Gateway, moving on to college. It is in this new educational environment, at this next stage of your life, that you should be faced with numerous challenges. You need to leave your comfort zone. In doing so, you may even struggle academically for the first time in your life. You may even fail. You know what? That's okay. Embrace it. We all need to take risks and leave our comfort zone. As the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan explains it. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Thank you again, and congratulations to our 2021 National Honor Society inductees. Mr. Wheelan?
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. So, thanks for showing up, everybody. This is definitely unique. This is my 12th year as the NHS advisor. Hard to believe, but this is definitely the most unique one. Last year, our induction ceremony was on March 12th, and on March 13th, everything changed. And we began the great shutdown. So none of us need reminded of the incredible changes we've all experienced. And I echo Mr. Stevens' comments. It's been amazing what the students have been through and what they've been able to achieve and persevere through the changes and the challenges. It'll definitely make them stronger again. It's hard to imagine that right now, I think, but it is obviously been an incredible challenge. And none of us could possibly comprehend the challenges that we would face, and especially our students. We have found inspiration in many ways. And tonight is my sincere pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, who has been someone who has been consistent and inspirational for many. He's been a leader in our community for years, and he is someone I have relied on time and again as a source of knowledge and inspiration. His unwavering faith and commitment are something that many have relied on to guide them through this extremely difficult time. Throughout his life, his faith and commitment have guided him and provided him with a calm professionalism. He was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and at the age of 14, he embraced Islam. From there, he pursued the study of Arabic grammar and Islamic theology in Yemen. He then spent time in a remote region of Mauritania, deep in the West African Sahara, followed by time in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, where he was memorizing the Quran. He returned to the United States and began translating classical Arabic texts into English, to date completing over 60 works. For the past 3 years, he has been the Imam and Director of Education and Programming at the Muslim Center of Greater Pittsburgh here in Monroeville, where he lives with his wife and 3 daughters. He is definitely someone who brings a world of experience to our ceremony. So it is with great pleasure that I introduced Imam Abdul Aziz Surakia.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank all of the organizers for inviting me to speak at this induction ceremony tonight. I have to confess that in my years in high school, many years back, I was never a part of the Honor Society. So with that said, I had to look up the mission of the National Honor Society to see what its goals are and what it's all about. And when I went online, it stated that it seeks to honor students who demonstrate excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These are the 4 qualities for which a person is honored to be a part of the National Honor Society. So I was reflecting on these 4 qualities and what they mean, not just for students, but for human beings. And I was thinking that of these 4 qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, and character, can we say that there is one of them that is more important than the others? Of the 4, which one may be the most important one to cultivate? And it occurred to me that there is one among these 4 that is the most important to cultivate for everyone, not just when they're in high school, not just when they're in university, but for their entire life. And of these 4 qualities, the most important one, the most foundational, is character. In fact, without proper character, there will be no proper scholarship, nor will there be proper leadership, nor will there be proper service. So I was thinking about character and the importance of character in a life of scholarship, leadership, and service, and thinking about the different ways people talk about character, what they think character is. And as the way of scholars, we have to define our terms and ask ourselves, well, what is character to begin with? And when we look it up in the dictionary or in the books of philosophy, we see lots of different definitions for character. You know, some people say that character is to have a specific quality or a combination of certain mental qualities or behaviors that distinguish them from others. Some say it's to have a certain way of being. You know, you say to a person who is eccentric, he's quite the character. And some say that character is your persona, your personality. And the word personality comes from, or persona comes from the Latin word for mask. So that can't really be our character. Our character can't be that mask that we put on when we're in public and take off when we're at home or by ourselves. The real character is what stays with us no matter where we are. So looking at the meanings of character, we see that none of these really convey the meaning of what it is to have the character that is a virtuous quality. So the philosophers and theologians across different civilizations throughout history have defined character in a variety of ways, but ultimately, the meaning of character is a firmly established quality within the person from which their actions proceed easily and effortlessly. This means that good character is a quality that makes certain things effortless and spontaneous and other things difficult. There are certain things we find difficult to do because of our character, and there are other things that we find easy to do because of our character. A good example would be generosity. We recognize in our own lives that some people are more generous than others. A person who is generous in character is generous even if they don't have any money. A person is generous even if they're broke. They're generous, but they simply lack the means to help others out. But when they have the means, they're very generous in giving. So they're generous whether or not they have money. Meanwhile, a person may act generously. They may give money in a generous way, but it's for motives such as prestige. So they're not really generous, even if they're giving someone money who's in need. And that's because though they're giving money, though they're helping someone out, it's not their quality of character because it didn't emerge from them spontaneously. It is something that was done in a very calculated way. So that's what character is. It is building certain qualities that become a part of who we are so that we observe them effortlessly. So when we look at these 3 qualities of the 4, we have scholarship, leadership, service, and character. So of the first 3, they really cannot be mastered and attained without character. When we look at the first three, we see that each of them require character beforehand. You have to develop character before you can have scholarship, before you can have leadership, and before you can have proper service. So for example, scholarship, that requires discipline. That's a quality of character to get things done, to have delayed gratification. Scholarship requires the quality of humility. It requires the person to be able to overcome their shyness or their pride. Because we say that two types of people will never learn: the person who is too proud to admit they don't know something, and the person who is too shy to ask when they don't know something. So that requires the quality of humility to learn properly. Some people are naturally gifted and learn things very quickly, and other people have to struggle to learn the same thing. But ultimately, we see that the most disciplined go on to succeed and surpass those with natural talents. If a person has natural talents, but they lack in the quality of discipline, they will not succeed like the one who has no natural talent, but they have grit and discipline in getting things done. We also see that in the second quality for the National Honor Society, leadership requires the building of character as a precondition, because leadership requires everything, but ultimately requires wisdom, knowing how to do things properly and deal with people properly, to give everything its right. Leadership requires humility. It requires empathy and care and concern. And perhaps most importantly, leadership requires courage, because exercising leadership requires that you understand you cannot please all of the people all of the time. A leader will do the right thing even if it is upsetting to some people. And that requires the quality of courage, that character of courage to exercise proper leadership. And lastly, service. If a person is going to offer service to their community or to their society or to the world, that requires certain qualities beforehand. It requires compassion and concern. It also requires humility. It requires generosity, altruism, and it requires patience. So as you can see, to excel in the areas of scholarship, leadership, and service, you really have to cultivate this fourth quality, the quality of character. Now you might say, okay, well, what if I'm lacking in those qualities? They don't come easy to me. They're not spontaneous. I have to work at them. What do I do? How do I cultivate those good qualities so that I can excel in the area of scholarship, leadership, and service? And the answer is, thankfully, we don't really have to reinvent the wheel, because all of the good qualities of character, and there are dozens and dozens, all of these good qualities can ultimately be reduced to 4 key cardinal virtues. And if you cultivate these, if you learn them and live your life trying to develop them, all of these good qualities will emerge in your life, and you'll see your scholarship, your leadership, and your service excel. And these qualities are wisdom, number 1. Number 2 is courage. Number 3 is temperance. And number 4 is justice. So in a nutshell, wisdom means to put things in their proper places, to distinguish between what is good, better, and best, and what is bad, worse, and worst, to distinguish right from wrong in every situation, to give everything its just due. Courage is the ability to control your self-preservation instinct, your life and your honor. Because if you don't preserve it, you don't survive as a human being. And if you go too far, you become reckless. So that is the cardinal virtue of courage. And temperance is the ability to delay gratification, to control your natural appetites versus being impulsive. And justice is really the ability to synthesize those virtues and keep to the middle, keep to the balanced path in your life. So these are the key virtues that one would need to have if they're going to build their character. Now, this all sounds very philosophical. A person may hear this and say, yeah, it sounds nice, but what do I do? How do I build my character on the day-to-day, on the ground level, in my daily life? And I would invite all of you to consider that your character can be developed through a number of things that you can do right now. The first of them is to discover your purpose. Discover that purpose. Why are you here? What is your purpose in life? What are you here for? And when you discover that purpose, that why, you will work towards achieving it and you will find meaning. The German philosopher Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow, meaning no matter how difficult things are in life, if you have a why, if you have a purpose, then you will endure it and you push through and you find that end that you're seeking. And to build character, it requires discipline. And cultivating discipline, building that quality is needed to build character. And to be on the honor list requires some measure of discipline. So you have some measure of discipline, but we always need to build it more and more. And that's because nothing of value comes easy. If you think about the great things you achieve in life, it's the things that you struggled for. No one sits back and thinks about the things that came to them very easily. They think about the things they worked for and struggled. Character is built up or broken down every single day. And my final advice to all of you in building character through having that why and having that discipline and working to develop it is to be open as honor students to non-academic learning experiences. Being open to non-academic learning experiences is a way of building character that will carry over into your academic success. Meaning, you don't apply your intelligence and discipline only to your studies, but you also apply that to other things in life. So for example, learn how to cook, learn how to fix a car, learn how to camp out in the wilderness, learn first aid, volunteer to deliver meals to the elderly, take on challenging physical goals that force you to push beyond your limits, that force you to dig deep. In doing all of these things, whatever works for you, you'll find that will build your character slowly over time, and that will transfer into developing your scholarship, your leadership, and your service. So I congratulate all of you and encourage all of you to get after it, to work towards that purpose, to find that why. In this time that we're in, it's a cliche to say that we're in a challenging time. No one needs to say that. It's very obvious. But in this time of division, of ugliness, of confusion, and for many people, despair, we need more character. We need more integrity. We need more honor. Because the more of you on the honor society, the more hopefully we come to have a society of honor, because that is the ultimate thing we want to build through education, is a society of honor. And we hope that you are at the pinnacle of honor in building your character, your scholarship, your leadership and service through being in the honor society. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Imam. I think I speak for all of us when I say that we appreciate you spending time to come here and give us your wisdom. So normally we would start with the candle lighting ceremony, but unfortunately, due to the circumstances of this year, we were unable to do that. So I will instead offer some words on the symbolism of the National Honor Society Candle of Knowledge. This candle represents all of the knowledge a student can obtain while he or she is in school and how they can apply that knowledge to better themselves and their communities. So now each of our officers will offer their own reflections on the 4 pillars: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. And I will begin with my thoughts on scholarship. But first, I would like to offer my own congratulations to all of the inductees today. They have met certain requirements to be inducted into the National Honor Society tonight. namely the display of the society's 4 pillars, and the direct analog to the demonstration of scholarship to the requirements of NHS induction would be a minimum GPA. So this measure is certainly not something to be overlooked. Undoubtedly, every one of our scholars have excelled throughout their years in high school so far to achieve some of the best grades in the building, and I applaud them for all of their hard work inside of the classroom and for the time they've spent outside of the classroom with their persistent study and mastery of material for their courses. Tonight is a recognition of their diligence, and this induction serves only as one of the first of many recognitions of the students' hard work they will undoubtedly encounter. But to say that the spirit of scholarship in NHS is reduced to only a GPA requirement would be silly. We should all keep in mind the importance of scholarship beyond a numerical qualifier like a GPA. This commitment goes far beyond performing well on tests. It is a passion for knowledge, learning, and an open mind in all aspects of life, many of which take place outside the doors of the school, or in this case of the year, outside of the doors of these students' bedrooms on Google Meets and Zoom meetings. Many of the challenges we face as a society today are due to ignorance, but scholarship and education serve as a solution to combat this ignorance. A scholar acknowledges the importance of education and continues to foster growth within themselves and their communities. They're able to listen to viewpoints that oppose their own, admit when they are wrong, and formulate new opinions based on the knowledge they have gained. They improve the world around them with understanding gathered from their experiences and never end their quest of learning. These are some of the traits that these students already hold and that I encourage them to continue to pursue as they move through the rest of their educational journey and into the next steps of their lives. I encourage them to tackle the world with a sustained devotion to scholarship to enrich themselves and those around them, and I commend them for the work that they have already accomplished. I now welcome National Honor Society Vice President Bilal Mukhtar to speak a few words about leadership.
Thank you, Braden. Obviously introduce myself. My name is Bilal Mukhtar, and I'm the Vice President of the National Honor Society. The second pillar of the National Honor Society is leadership. Leadership is not always being an officer of a club or the captain of a team. It can also be demonstrated by simply motivating others with your passion for a cause or an activity. For example, when you share your enthusiasm for a club at school or in the community, you can inspire and encourage others to participate and succeed. My fellow NHS members strive to succeed in our classes so that we can ensure a brighter future for ourselves. By setting an example for our fellow classmates, we use leadership skills to encourage those around us to do the same. While this has been harder in a remote setting, participating, encouraging our friends, and showing up to class can inspire our classmates to make an effort to do better. While those may be commonly known aspects of leadership, leadership also requires taking leadership in yourself. It takes hard work, strength, and persistence to do what is required to not only benefit yourself, but also the people around you. Being a leader may often force you to step out of your comfort zone, requiring you to take ownership of not only your actions, but the people around you. While it may seem challenging for many to step into an uncomfortable situation, true leaders revel in the opportunity to contribute to the betterment of their peers. While being a leader seems difficult, it also comes with the great reward of earning the respect of those around you. It allows you to gain a presence. During the pandemic, people who exemplify leadership have become even more important. With all the obstacles that continue to prevent life returning to what it was before the pandemic, being able to support the people around you has become even more valuable. Overall, leadership is necessary to help others and do better for the community, making an excellent pillar of the National Honor Society. I think that the inductees coming in this year all show great leadership and that they will continue to demonstrate leadership throughout their time in the National Honor Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Bilal. I now welcome National Honor Society Treasurer Michaela Reynolds to speak about character.
Thank you, Braden. Good evening, future National Honor Society members. My name is Michaela, and we are here to recognize the hard work and dedication you have all put forth. You have all demonstrated your ability to excel not only academically, but also as leaders, as members who serve their community, as knowledge seekers, and as reputable members of society. As treasurer of the National Honor Society 2020 chapter members, I have the privilege to speak upon one of the 4 core pillars of this society: character. Tonight, as part of your pledge, you will agree to represent Gateway Senior High School by maintaining your character, a quality that is not inherited, but rather developed by one's own will. Character is your ability to be attentive and considerate of the needs and feelings of others you are in contact with. It is your ability to fulfill duties and accept accountability for your actions. Character is when you are someone that others can rely on and trust to be truthful. It is when you treat others equally, respectfully, and give them a fair opportunity, whether you know them personally or not. Character is standing for what you believe in to be morally right and wrong, even when others do not stand with you. It is more than a word and a pledge. It is the image of you that others see and that they will remember. Character is not just choosing to exhibit these traits when presented with authority figures or when you find yourself in a room full of people. It is also your ability to act ethically when no one is watching, when you could easily choose to disregard your integrity, honesty, or any of these traits you're expected to demonstrate, but you still choose to live the moral high road. That is character. Do not get me wrong. I am fully aware that it can be tough at times to maintain these characteristics, such as during the trying times of this past year. But your ability to do so not only builds your school's reputation, it builds yours, and it can allow you to make an impact on others. Overall, one comment about character that I will never forget when I leave Gateway High School is that it is not about their character, it is about your character. I share this idea with you tonight because I hope if you are ever in a situation where you want to fight fire with fire or you want to give someone a taste of their own medicine, that you don't, because being the bigger person and maintaining your character in trying times speaks more volume than any negativity you could show them. Character is not some concept that Mr. Wheelan and the other officers are trying to make you believe is important. It truly is, because it is who you are and it will hold significance long after you have graduated. Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. National Honor Society Secretary Alicia Shenick will now speak about service.
Good evening, I'm Alicia Shenick. One of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society is service, and that is what I will be speaking about tonight. Whether it is community service or simple giving gestures towards others, it is a vital part of NHS and life. While NHS members are known for having great grades and test scores and being the perfect students, which is absolutely true to some degree, but you have earned it by putting in all that hard work and dedication. NHS members are also expected to turn those smart and dedicated minds towards action. We can have those great ideas, but without acting upon them, they are useless and selfish. Through getting solid grades, getting accepted into a reputable college, finding a stable job, and so on, the ultimate goal is to help others, right? A doctor helps people with their health. A therapist helps people with their mind. Teachers help people with their education. Current and previous NHS members help people. Examples of helping people through community service in high school would include all of the activities done in Interact Club here at Gateway, which I know a lot of us are involved in. So like going to the homeless shelter, helping with the fish fries, ushering for the school musicals and plays, or participating in the Multicultural Festival, Coffee for a Change, Jamnesty, Cleanup Day, the Autism Car Wash, and many more. Or maybe you participate in Boy or Girl Scouts, are involved with your religion, or are active in your sports team that holds events or helps other events in the community. Smaller but just as important acts of service could include helping others by listening to them, giving them advice, or being welcoming to everyone. It is much more than just being nice. It is giving back to the community and others in order to achieve that important goal of helping people. And in turn, making a difference in your own life, others' lives, and in the world. The growth in ourselves needed for acceptance into NHS and to continue on from high school into the world can and should be shared with others. Once we learn compassion, selflessness, generosity, and put it into practice, we can move forward and take those steps in creating a less hateful, narrow-minded, and cruel world that we live in today. Congratulations again, and I look forward to seeing what you will be able to accomplish in the future when keeping service, along with the other pillars of NHS, in mind as you move forward to the end as you move towards the end of your high school career and into the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. We will now begin the induction ceremony. Mr. Wheelden will call the name of each candidate, and they will introduce themselves, say a few words about their parents or guardians, and the activities in which they participate.
Hello, hello. Mr. Stevens, when the students were speaking, did you see them on screen, the main screen, or I'm trying to get a gauge if that's working.
Yes, but that was only from your account. I haven't seen any students from.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure it should be okay.
You're all good. Everybody's looking at you.
Nice. All right. So this is going to be extremely different, but we're used to that, so I'm going to stop saying it. So I'm going to call the name of each student, and they are going to then introduce themselves, introduce their parents and guardians, and then say a few activities they're involved in. Normally they'd be walking on stage, making the long walk across and shaking our hands, and then moving on to the risers, but obviously this is a different situation. So I'll call each student name, and then they will speak. After they speak, I'll introduce the next student, and we'll move on down the line. So, number one, Matthew Alexander.
I'm Matthew Alexander. My parents are Dan and Donna Alexander, and I am involved in chorale, my church's teen youth group, and varsity boys lacrosse.
Thank you, Matthew. Next, we have Adam Al-Mukama.
Hello, my name is Adam Al-Mukama. My parents' names are Summer Zaytoun and Salah Al-Mukama, and I was in tennis, swim, and interact.
Thank you, Adam. Next, we have Heath Chase.
Hi, my name is Heath Chase. My parents are Mary and Charles Chase, and I'm involved in musical, marching band, and winter percussion.
Thank you, Heath. Next, Addison Communal.
I'm Addison Communal. My parents are AJ and Candy Communal, and I'm involved in varsity softball, the AIM program, and Interact.
Thank you. Next, Jonathan Coulter.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Coulter. My parents are Mark Coulter and Barbie Coulter, and I'm on the Gateway Swim Team, Interact Club, and Gateway Musical.
Thank you. Next, we have Jacob Davey.
Hi, my name is Jacob Davey. My parents are Marianne and James Davey, and I'm part of AIM, Interact, and Gateway Boys Soccer.
Thank you. Next, Ryan Demchek.
Hi, my name is Ryan Demchek. My parents are Molly and David Demchek, and I'm involved in marching band, winter percussion, and jazz band.
Thank you, Ryan. Next, Kylie Edwards.
Hi, I'm Kylie Edwards. My parents are Keith and Ingrid Edwards, and I'm involved in class council, Interact, and the Gateway Theater Department.
Thank you. Next, Andrew Fisher.
Hi, I'm Andrew Fisher. My parents are Douglas and Katie Fisher, and I'm involved in Interact, class council, and the musical.
Thank you. Next, we have Neha Garlapati.
Hi, my name is Neha Garlapati. My parents are Srini and Bhavani Garlapati. I'm on the girls tennis team. I'm in Interact, and I also do Indian classical dance.
Thank you. Next, Meredith Gino.
Hi, I'm Meredith Gino. I'm involved, or my parents are Sandra Adamek and Bruce Gino. I'm involved in volleyball, track and field, and interact here at Gateway.
Thank you. Next, Jordan Guido.
Hi, I'm Jordan Guido. My parents are Jamie Shalonsky and Jeff Guido. I'm in Student Government Interact Club, and I am junior class president.
Thank you. Next, Ami Hayes.
Hi, I'm Ami Hayes. My parents are William and Sexco Hayes, and I'm in Interact, and I go to Pittsburgh Japanese School, and I do Girl Scouts.
Thank you. Next, we have Macy Hill.
Hi, I'm Macy Hill. My parents are Dan and Renee Hill. I'm involved in AIM, Snow Sports Club, and Interact.
Thank you. Next, Brianna Jackson.
Hi, I'm Brianna Jackson, and I'm part of the Gateway track team and the Gateway cross country team.
Thank you. Next, Bharath Jagadesh.
Hey, my name is Bharat. My parents' names are Jagadish Ganesh and Bharati Jagadish, and I'm involved in Boys Park Boxing Barn, and I do online clothing businesses. Thank you.
Next, Ashwara Krishnamurti.
Hi, my name is Aishwarya Krishnamurti. My parents are Gopal and Sasikala Krishnamurti. I'm involved in Interact Club, Indian Classical Dance, and Marching Band.
Thank you. Next, William Kramka.
Hi, my name is William Kramka. My parents are Joseph and Suzanne Kramka, and I participate in varsity boys basketball, varsity boys volleyball, and class council.
Thank you. Next, Grace McCafferty.
Hi, I'm Grace McCafferty. My parents are Heather and Patrick McCafferty, and I'm involved in Miracle League, Salvation Army, and the Student Council.
Thank you. Next, Riley McDonald.
Hi, I'm Riley McDonald. My parents were Pamela and Donnie McDonald, and I am in student government, the Interact Club, and I'm on the girls golf team.
Thank you. Next, Perry Muftolo.
Hi, I'm Perry Muftolo. My parents are Denise and Kershad Muftolo. I have participated in the school's swimming, volleyball, and Interact. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Reagan Pierce.
Hi, I'm Reagan Pierce. My parents are Tracy and Todd Pierce, and I participate in Interact, tutoring, and the SPICE program for Spanish.
Thank you. Next, Karthik Raja.
Hello, my name is Karthik Raja. My parents are Raja Ganesh and Saritha Raja, and I'm involved in martial arts. I'm a volunteer at the SV Temple, and I'm also a volunteer at the Monroe Public Library. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Summer Raymer.
Hi, my name is Summer Raymer. My parents are Carolyn and Glenn Raymer, and the activities I'm involved in are swimming, after school chorale, and then junior class council.
Thank you. Next, Anna Reynolds.
Hi, I'm Anna Reynolds. My parents are David and Sharice Reynolds, and I'm involved in the Gateway Spring Musical, Interact Club, and Gateway Girls Soccer.
Thank you. Next is Madeline Ray.
Hi, I am Madeline Ray. My parents are Zane Ray and Kelly Barton Ray. I am involved in dance, Girl Scouts, and Gateway Musical.
Thank you. Next is William Roper, who is on the baseball diamond right now. So he was unable to attend. Next, then, we have Catherine Ryan.
I'm Catherine Ryan.
My parents are Missy and Paul Ryan, and I play soccer and softball for Gateway, and I also participate in class council.
Thank you. Next is Gabriel Shaw. We hope. He's at a volleyball match. Not working. He did? He said he logged in. I wonder if he may have used the wrong.
Hi.
Oh, there he is.
I'm Gabriel Shaw. My parents are Vincent Shaw and Dee Hung, and I'm a part of Gateway's swimming team and volleyball team and Mr. Wheelen's Interact Club.
Thank you, Gabe. Next, we have Julia Sherm.
Hi, I'm Julia Sherm. My parents are Monica and Jeff Sherm. I'm part of the girls' golf team, winter percussion and marching band.
Thank you. Next, Jenna Schumann.
Hi, I'm Jenna Schumann. My parents are Rida and Yad Schumann, and I'm a part of Interact Club at Gateway. I also play for the Gateway girls soccer team, and I play soccer for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Next, Jonah Steele.
Hi, my name is Jonah Steele. My parents are Bridget and Jason Steele, and I'm a part of the boys varsity golf team, the Gateway musical, and the mock trial team.
Yep. Next, Kaylee Toomey.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Toomey. My parents are Brian and Christine Toomey, and I'm part of AIM, Interact, and Class Council.
Thank you. Next, Grace Weiskircher.
Hi, I'm Grace Weiskircher. My parents are Marlo and Scott Weiskircher. I'm involved in the varsity basketball team, varsity volleyball, and the Interact Club.
Thank you. Next, Rebecca Wheelden.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Wheelden. My parents are Rachel and Paul Wheelden, and I'm involved in musical, marching band, and golf.
Thank you. Next, Serena Shia.
Hi, my name is Serena Xia, and my parents are Jun Xia and Jin Hua O, and I am part of the AIM program and Quasics Robotics.
Thank you. Next, Denny Yang.
Hi, I'm Denny Yang, and my parents are Mei-Lan Lee and Rong Yang, and I am a part of AIM and Interact.
Thank you. And our final inductee, Dietrich Zeissloft.
Hi, it looks like my camera isn't working. I'm Dietrich Zeissloft. My parents are Penny and Brian Zeissloft, and I play varsity soccer. I play for Hotspurs Soccer Club, and I volunteer at a summer camp in Markleysburg, Pennsylvania, and for Kids of Steel in Pitcairn, Pennsylvania.
The inductees and I will now recite the oath of the National Honor Society. I, being aware of the honor which is being bestowed upon me, pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Congratulations to the inductees.
Okay, so congratulations, everyone. It's always been a real honor, no pun intended, to lead this group. I can't believe it's been 12 years. And I have to say, first time in 12 years, I've taught every single inductee. Woohoo! So they've had to suffer through one of my classes, some more than one. But I'm extremely proud of these students. I hope they know that. They've been through a lot, as I said earlier, as we've all said, but we don't want to dwell on it. I thought this was the best way to approach this. Mr. Stevens and I talked a lot about what to do with the program back when we had to decide when to have it, this seemed the only option. And I think it worked out quite well. I would have loved to have us all together, but maybe next year, if we are in person, we can invite all the current members and we can have one massive group photo for NHS. And you also have to come if you want to get the Gateway Cookie and Punch that's normally in the lobby. But just as a reminder, and parents will be interested in this too, starting on Monday, in the main office, there will be a packet for each student. The packet will include their certificate, their membership card and pin, which I want to see being worn all the time, and a candle. Now this is unique because usually the candles are halfway burned down, but you're going to get a brand new one, an NHS candle for you to enjoy. So remember, starting on Monday, they'll be available. And if you have any questions, make sure you email me, or if you're in school, just stop by the room and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. So thank you, Mr. Stevens. Thank you, Imam Abdul. We really appreciate you showing up. Thank you for all the students. I thought it was a wonderful evening, and stay safe, and we'll see you in school. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Mr. Wheelan.
Yeah.